Hello, hello, welcome to Tabata. Just gonna share my screen here for a few moments. All right. Got exactly 12 o'clock on the clock right now. We're just gonna leave this up till 12:01 or 12:02 and then we will get started. Just one more minute here. Let folks come in. All righty. Stopping the share here. Welcome to Tabata. My name is Petey. I'm coming to you from BC Campus Recreation. Super excited to be here today for Tabata. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and post our Spotify playlist into the chat. There we go. And if you're following along with that, I will let you know when to get that started. All right, so for today's class, one Tabata is 8 rounds, 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna do 4 Tabatas total in class today. We've got 2 different Tabatas that we're gonna alternate between. So not really a focus for specifically for each Tabata, but for the whole workout, we're gonna be moving in all planes of motion. We're gonna be working all parts of the body. It's gonna be awesome. Big focus here on functionality today. So building functionality, maybe challenging our mobility a little bit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get to warming up. I'm gonna adjust my camera here. All right, so if you are following along with the playlist, we're gonna go ahead and get that started. Where is my playlist? Here we go. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead and press play. All right, and we're gonna get started with a warm up today. So I'm just gonna put this down just a little bit more. We're gonna start down on the ground for our warm up, working on stretching the hip flexors out, activating the core. So find a mat or a comfortable space on the floor. We're coming down sort of in a lunge position with one knee all the way down and then we're leaning forward into the stretch. Warming up the hip flexor. You can also take the arm over the side of the body, hit a little bit into the side body, the lats, oblique, and then switching up here. So other leg goes forward, hand goes over the side of the body, stretching out the side body, lats, obliques, hip flexors, all the good stuff. All right, we're gonna warm up the spine a little bit today on our theme of functionality. So coming into a tabletop position, we're just gonna do some cat-cows. So we can start by arching the back, taking the crown of the head up to the ceiling, and then curving the spine, taking the head down to the mat. Looking up, letting that curvature reverse, and looking down. We want to think about turning our core with this as well. So pulling the belly button into the spine. Awesome. Come back to a neutral position here. Now we're going to move to the right and the left. So moving to the right, thinking about attaching your right shoulder to right hip, and then moving to the left in the opposite way. So we're turning on the obliques here, turning on a little bit of shoulder abduction, hip abduction, side to side here. We're warming our spine up, warming our core up. Awesome. We're going to continue with some T-spine work. So bring one knee back up. You're going to open up towards this front knee. Let your gaze follow your hand. We're doing this 4 times. Once you hit the 4th time, go ahead and switch legs so the other knee comes up. Again, opening up towards the front leg. Getting nice and warm through the spine here. 4. All right, coming to a plank position. And we want to go ahead and walk those hands back until we are standing. All right, now that we're up, feet go outside of the hips. Let's start with a torso twist. So again, just kind of releasing some muscles. Think about turning on your core again, pulling that belly button into the spine. Awesome, awesome. We're gonna move into a windmill. So taking the hands out wide, we're hinging back through the hips, letting one hand drop down to the ground and then switching. Think about you breathing here. Start to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do one more each side. Awesome. All right, a little walking stretch here. We're gonna bring one knee up to the chest, hold it for just a second, and then switch. So we're turning on the balance a little bit here as well. Think about spreading your toes out in your shoe, almost like you are gripping the ground. It's gonna help you balance a little bit more. One more each leg. All right, switching directions here. Taking a foot back, a little bit of a quad stretch, and then switch. So try and keep that chest up nice and proud as we do this. Warming up the balance, warming up the legs. One more each side. All right, moving into some arm circles. So going forward, let's start nice big circles today. So feeling a stretch, trying to stretch across the collarbones, get that full range of motion in the shoulder joint. Let's go into medium circles now. Bring those fists together, give them a little bit of a squeeze so we can activate all the muscles in the arm. And then nice and small, building heat in the rotator cuff, maybe in the shoulder blades in the back of the body. And then now we're taking it backwards. So nice small circles here. Almost done with our warm-up, should be feeling ready to go. Medium circles, squeezing those fists, activating all the muscles in the arms. And nice big circles. If you need a little bit more of a stretch but are inhibited by some mobility, go ahead and go one arm at a time. We want to make sure we're getting that full range of motion all the way through the shoulder joint. All right, give everything a nice little shake. Continue to stretch, move around, shake anything that feels particularly tight. I'm gonna go through our 8 exercises for Tabata number 1. All right, we're starting with some up downs, so a little cardio peak. Up downs are like the burpee without the push-up and without the jump. So I really want you to focus on the power coming from your hamstrings and your glutes. So we're gonna take the hands down to the ground, jump back into a plank position, jump in and stand up. Now again, as I stand up, I kind of want to think about this like a deadlift. So coming from a bottom position here, using my hamstrings to power all the way to the top. We can also walk back into this plank. Plenty of options. Exercise number 2. We're working the lateral lunge. So finding a good position here, we're gonna take one foot out wide, sink the hips back and down, and then switch feet. So we're driving through the heel and the outside of the foot, keeping that chest up and proud. Exercise number 3, we've got a push up to a down dog reach. Looks like this. You can take the push up on the knees, toes, or knees under hips. Push up, we're gonna go back into a down dog, reach opposite hand to opposite leg, then come back for the push up. Push up, reach, reach. All right. Exercise number 4, we've got a deadlift to a calf raise. So taking the heels right outside the hips, we're gonna hinge the hips back, deadlift, keep the back nice and flat, to a calf raise up top. Deadlift to calf raise. All right. Next exercise coming at you. We've got a high knee run. Now, you can either run this, make sure you're pumping the hands, or you can march it. Either way you want to roll, we've got high impact and low impact options. Exercise number 6, we're working a rear foot elevated split squat. So you're going to elevate one of your feet on a bench, on a chair, on your couch, whatever you got. Chest stays nice and proud, and we're dropping into this front heel. So exercise number 6, we're gonna do one side. Number 7, we're gonna do the other side. And finally, exercise number 8, we've got a sumo squat reach. So taking the heels outside the hips, outside the shoulders, nice wide stance here, toes pointed out, squat down, and reach to the top. Good. All right, let's do it. 8 exercises. Tabata number 1. 30 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. In 10 seconds, we're starting with our up downs. Make sure nobody else has come in. All right. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Up, down, back into a plank, and stand. So again, think about powering that stand with the back of your body, hamstrings and glutes. You can jump or step back into this plank. Either way, core is turned on, belly button is pulled into the spine. We're almost there. 8 seconds. Round number 1, coming out strong. Getting the heart rate up, getting all the muscles warmed up. Time. Take that rest. 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we've got lateral lunges. Going in 8 seconds here, taking a nice big step out wide. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chest stays up, step it out wide. Sink those hips back and down, and then switch legs. Now the goal here, again, is to get the hips back and down. If you feel like you're not getting very deep, that's okay. This is one of those that builds as you do it. Hip flexor mobility is a big deal here. That's what we're working on. Hip flexor mobility and single leg strength. 5 seconds. Awesome work, awesome work. And time, 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we've got our push-up to down dog reaches. So remember, you can take the push-up on your knees, toes, or with knees under hips. We're going in 8 seconds. So I'm gonna set up and do my push-up on my toes. Remember, you've got plenty of options. Listen to your body. Go for it. Push up, take those hips back, reach and reach. Go back for that push up. Push up, reach, reach. Keep breathing. Find a nice steady pace to work at. Push up, reach, and reach. Stay with it here. Hands outside the shoulders for the push-up. Elbows go diagonally back and down. Time, take that rest. 20 seconds to breathe. Next up, we have our deadlift to calf raise. So coming into a standing position, we want to put our heels right outside of our hips. Toes pointed forward, they can point slightly out. Ready? Go for it. Hinge the hips back, deadlift. Keep the back flat, calf raise. Now, if your back's a little tight today, like mine, you may not be able to get your hands all the way down to the floor. That's okay. We want to go as deep as our hamstrings will allow while maintaining a flat back. Coming all the way up to the top of the calf raise, incorporating the whole posterior chain here. Find a squeeze in between your shoulder blades. Awesome work. Time, 20 seconds to rest. Next up, we've got our high knee run. Again, you can run this or you can march this, depending on whether you want to do high impact or low impact. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. High knees, high knees. You need to hold your hands up in front of you to get your knees higher. That's cool too. Nice work, nice work. If you're not holding your hands up as a target, use them to pump the arms. 15 seconds. Remember, we can march this as well. Plenty of options. Listen to your body. 8 seconds to go. Stand up nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Take that rest. Exercise number 6. We've got our rear foot elevated split squat. Take one foot up on whatever you are working with. Couch, chair, step. We're going in 5 seconds. Take a nice big stride so you can sink into this front heel. Ready? Go. So we're dropping down in that front leg, driving up through the heel. I like to keep hands out front, out wide for balance, or on the hips to keep my chest nice and proud. Find a squeeze in between those shoulder blades. Keep breathing. Big strength builder there. Here, here, there, anywhere. And time. Take that 20-second rest. Shake out the legs if you need it. Next round, we'll do the other leg. So you're gonna elevate your opposite foot. Take a nice big stride out. Chest is nice and proud. Ready? Go. So sinking down into that front foot. Now check out that front knee. It should be tracking over the toe, but it shouldn't go past the toe. Keep that chest nice and proud. Woo, balance. Driving through the front heel. Chest stays proud. We're squeezing in between the shoulder blades. Nice work, nice work. Time, take that 20-second rest. Next up, we are sumo squat reach. We are already at the end of Tabata number 1 of 4. Moving right along today, Tabata team. All right, take the heels outside the shoulders, toes pointed out wide. Nice wide stance to get into the glutes. Ready? Go. Squat, reach. We're reaching all the way to the top. I really want you to squeeze those glutes to get you back to the top of your squat. Think about your knees. Are they staying out wide over the toes? If not, squeeze the glutes. They're gonna help those knees go wider. 10 seconds to go, nice work. Driving through the heels here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Tabata number 1, done. We're taking a 1.5-minute break here. All right, so check it out, Tabata number 2. This is what we're gonna move to next, and then we'll repeat. First round of Tabata number 2, we've got a long arm, long leg abduction. So here's what that looks like. We're gonna take one arm out to stabilize. This is my standing leg. On the other side, I am bringing the arm and the leg together. I'm keeping them both nice and long. So we're working on the adductor muscles in the leg, in the arm. We're also working on the oblique and a little bit of balance. Round number 2, we're gonna do the other side. So taking that long arm, long leg abduction. All right, exercise number 3, we've got an RDL to a lunge. It's gonna look like this. Find your standing leg. You're gonna take the other foot back, heel goes towards the ceiling. Then we're gonna drive through to a lunge and switch. Leg goes back, nice and stable. Stepping through to a lunge. We're gonna keep alternating like that. Now, if you gotta touch your foot down in between the RDL and the lunge to maintain balance, that's okay. Exercise number 4, we've got a push-up to plank or commando, as some people call it. You can do this on the knees or the toes. We're going from this push-up position down to a plank position and back up. Make sure that you alternate what hand you're stepping up with. All right. Next exercise, we are working a bird dog. So getting into a little bit of core, a little bit of stability here. For the bird dog, we're in a tabletop position. We're gonna take one leg, opposite arm, opposite leg out, touch in the middle, extend back out, and return. Switch sides. Extend, meet in the middle, extend, and return. Try to keep the hips and shoulders square to the ground. After the bird dog, we've got a plank walk. You can either do this plank on your hands or on your elbows, but we're gonna take one foot up and then alternate. So a little bit of a glute lift here. We wanna keep the hips squared to the ground. Exercise number 7, we are working a psoas march. So we're targeting the hip flexors here. We're gonna take the knees up to 90 degrees, upper body on the ground. We're gonna extend one leg out and back in, and then switch. So working on that psoas muscle inside the hip flexor. And the last exercise, we've got a 3-step pause bicycle. It's gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're pausing on every third bicycle that we do. All right, should be feeling rested. Heart rate should be back down. Let's do Tabata number 2. In 10 seconds, we're starting with that long arm, long leg abduction. 5 seconds to go. Pick your standing leg. Anchor that arm out. Ready? Go for it. Long arm, long leg. Try and keep the other arm nice and straight. to give you a place to go. So I'm keeping this leg and this arm straight. I'm using my oblique to bring the arm and leg together. Woo, I'm already starting to feel some fire on the side of the body. 9 seconds to go. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing in between the shoulder blades. And time. Okay, that abductor on the side of the leg. Feeling a burn. We're going to do the next side next round. We're going in 10 seconds. Going in 6, 5, find that plant leg. Extend the stabilizing arm out. Ready? Go. Long arm, long leg abduction. They're meeting on the side here. We're working some really small supportive muscles that are very, very important, but often ignored in training. Taking that arm and leg together. Again, keep breathing. Keep the chest lifted. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Give those legs a shake. Good stuff. Should be feeling a burn on the outside of the legs here. All right. Next up, we have our push-up, our RDL to a lunge. So moving into legs here. Continuing with our balance challenge. 3, 2, 1. Take one heel back towards the ceiling. Back is nice and flat. Drive through for a lunge. Switch legs. RDL to a lunge. Functionality here. Balance, coordination, control, strength. Keep breathing. Stay nice and focused. Taking the heel back to the ceiling. Pushing through for a lunge. And time. Take that 20-second rest. Next up, we're moving to arms. We're going to push up to plank. So you can do this on your knees, toes, or with knees under hips. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Starting from push up, go down to plank, come back up. Alternate the hand that steps up. Now, I'm focusing on keeping my body from rocking back and forth. So squeezing to make sure that the shoulders and the hips stay square to the ground. Whew. Keep breathing, keep moving. Nice work, nice work. All the way to the bell. Time. Take that rest, 20 seconds to breathe. Next up, we have our bird dog. So starting in that tabletop position, we're extending opposite arm and opposite leg. So find that tabletop position, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Go for it. Extend opposite arm, opposite leg. Touch elbow to knee. Extend and down. Switch sides. Extend, touch elbow to knee. Extend and down. Keep it moving. Now this is a really great exercise if you've got some lower back pain. This is going to work on strengthening and stabilizing your transverse core. Kind of works as a natural back brace. Keep breathing and time. Take that rest. All right, next up, we've got our plank walk. So again, you can take this plank on your hands or on your elbows. We're going to walk the feet, alternating, just taking the heel up off the ground. Ready, set, go. Just little tiny walks here with the feet. The leg doesn't have to come up very far. We want to keep the hips in line with the rest of the body. Pull that belly button into the spine and breathe. Now, if you're going plank on your knees, you can just take that knee up off the ground, much in the same way. Keep breathing. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. Pull that belly button in. Nice work, nice work. And time. All right, second to last exercise of this Tabata. We've got the psoas march. So laying down on your back, we're targeting that hip flexor. Going any second here, bringing the knees up above the hips, hands on the ground. Go for it. Now keep the feet flexed. Extend one foot out, bring it back in, and then switch. Now try and keep that lower back connected to the mat or the ground or wherever you're at. Keep breathing, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Awesome, awesome work. Almost halfway through the class here. Just gotta get through this next round. And time. Relax, take that breath. Next up, last round of this Tabata, we've got our 3-step bicycle. All right, we're going in 5 seconds. Returning back to that position on your back, hands up by the ears. Go for it. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. Now make sure you are not pulling on your neck. Your hands are at your head for support and to be used as a target. Keep breathing, keep breathing. You got this, you got this. All the way to the bell. Time. Whoo! Feel the burn in the core. We're taking a 1.5-minute break. We're gonna go back and repeat these 2 Tabatas. So after a 1.5 minutes here to breathe, get water, take a lap, stretch anything that feels tight, we're gonna jump back into our first Tabata. All right, so getting a shake, getting a stretch of anything. Maybe you wanna do some arm circles, stay nice and light and loose. Grab some water if you need it. Make sure you're listening to your body and what it needs. So we're letting our heart rate come back down. We're also letting our muscles recover. This is a cardio and strength workout, depending on how quickly you're doing these exercises. So we want to let both systems recover before we jump back into it. That way we can achieve that heart rate spike throughout class that we like to see for our post-exercise effects. All right, we've got 30 more seconds to rest, then we're going back to that first Tabata. Remember, we're starting with up downs. So that's the burpee without the push-up at the bottom and without the jump at the top. 15 more seconds. All right, in 10 seconds, we're starting with those up downs. Tabata number 3 of 4, we got this. Go for it. Jump back to a plank, jump in, stand up. Remember, using the back of your body, use that posterior chain to stand all the way up. Option, walk the plank. There we go, there we go. Keep breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Awesome work, awesome work. We're almost there. Last time you're gonna do this exercise. And time, take that rest, awesome work. Next up, we have our lateral lunges. So finding some space here, we're gonna step out wide and alternate sides. Going in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Taking a leg out wide, sitting the hips back and down. We're trying to keep the chest up as proud as possible. You want to gaze straight in front of you, almost like you're looking somebody in the eye who's a little bit taller than you. Drive through the heel and the outside of the leg. Feel the flexibility on the inside of the opposite thigh. And time, take that 20-second rest, nice work. Shake out the legs if you need to. Next up, we have our push-up to down dog reaches. So take a second to breathe. Keep that chest nice and proud if your lungs need some more room for air. Go for it. Push up to a down dog reach. 1 and 2. Coming back to a push-up. Now remember, use any option you need. Check out knees and your hips for the push-up. I'm just gonna step those feet back into the down dog. Nice work, nice work. We want full range of the push-up. So getting elbows down to 90 degrees. Keep breathing. Time. Take that rest. 20 seconds to breathe. Next up, we have our deadlift to calf raise. So in 10 seconds, we're taking the heels right outside the hips. Chest is nice and proud. We're gonna hinge back through our hips for this one. Go for it. Hinge and calf raise at the top. Now, like I said before, if you got some tightness in your hamstrings or in your lower back, your range is gonna be limited here. That's okay. Keep pushing the hips back like you're trying to touch them to the wall behind you. Calf raise at the top. We got this, we got this. Staying with it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Whoo, boy, time, take that rest. Next up, we've got our high knee run. Last big cardio peak. We're going in 10 seconds with either the high knee run or the march. Depends on how you're feeling today. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Get that heart rate back up whether you're marching or sprinting. Knees up, knees up, knees up. Keep that chest nice and proud. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Pull the belly button into the spine. You've got this. 15 seconds to go. Nice work, nice work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. 20 seconds to rest here. Awesome work. Next up, we've got our rear foot elevated split squat. One side per round. Elevating your rear foot on your bench, on your couch, whatever you got. Go for it. Dropping down into that front heel. Making sure we've got a nice 90-degree bend on the front knee. Hands out in front, out to the side or on your hips. Keep your chest nice and proud. Squeeze in between those shoulder blades. Last time you got to do this, I know your legs are tired. Stay with it. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Time. We're switching it up next round. Take a shake of the legs if you need it. So next round, switching legs so the other foot gets elevated. Again, make sure you're taking a nice big stride so that you can get good depth in this front leg. Chest is proud, let's roll. Now you may feel more powerful on one leg than the other. That's okay. Your other leg's gonna get there. Keep driving through the heel. Make sure that front knee isn't going past the toe. Put your arms wherever you need them for balance. Nice work, nice work. Woo! Embrace that burn, we got this. Time. Take that rest, shake the legs if you need it. Woo! Last round of Tabata number 1, which is also Tabata number 3. We're doing our sumo squat to reach. So take those heels outside the hips, outside the shoulders, toes pointed out. 2, 1, go for it. Squat, reach. So we're transferring energy. We're taking it all the way from the ground through our heels, shooting it at the back of our body, squeezing between the shoulder blades, and then sending it out to the ceiling through our hands. Nice job, nice job. You've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Shake those legs out. Nice work. All right. We've got a minute and a half rest, and then we're gonna hit our last Tabata. You've already seen it before. It was the second Tabata that we did. Whew. Take a second for your heart rate to come down. Hands on the hips. It's gonna help you open up your chest so you can breathe. Try and breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth if you can. Much better oxygen intake through the nose. Whew. Grab water if you need it. If you are grabbing water, I would recommend that you sip and not chug so that you don't have to deal with a cramp. All right, we've got about 45 seconds left to rest. Stay nice and light and loose. So even if that's just shifting your weight around like I'm doing, that's okay. It keeps your muscles active, keeps you in the workout, even though we're letting that heart rate come down. All right, heart rate should be feeling pretty steady. We've got 20 more seconds. And then we're starting our last Tabata. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going with our first side for long arm, long leg abduction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Long arm, long leg. There we go. So our stable side is providing us a target. We're letting the outside of our leg do the work. Outside of the leg, inside of the arm, and the oblique. Really focusing on the side body here. Woo! 10 seconds to go. Embrace that burn. Pull that belly button to the spine. Find some stability. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. 20 seconds to rest. Shake the arms and the legs as needed. Next round, we're going to go to the other side. Going in 10. Finding some stability on our other side. This side leg hasn't stopped burning yet. Ready. Go. Long arm, long leg. Nice work, nice work. So with that standing leg, you want a soft knee and you want to spread your toes out in your shoe. Like I said in the warm-up, it's going to actually help you grip the ground and make balance easier. 10 seconds to go. We got this, we got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Take that rest. Shake it out, shake it out. Woo, that one burns. Next up, we've got our RDL to lunge. So continuing with our balance challenge. Going in 8 seconds. Remember, we're alternating legs here. Find some space. 3, 2, 1. Go for it. One heel goes back towards the ceiling, drives through for a lunge. Make sure you're taking a nice long stride with your lunge so you can drive through the front heel. Both of these exercises are powered by the posterior chain, the back of the body. Try and keep those hips to shoulders square. Nice work, nice work. Keep breathing. And time. Take that rest. All right, next up we have our push-up to plank. So again, remember, we can do these on the knees, the toes, or with knees under hips. Starting in a push-up position, keeping hips and shoulders square to the ground. Go. Take it down and back up. Now I want you to think about stability. Picture your favorite drink on your back. Or maybe something else liquid, maybe a favorite soup. We don't want to spill hot soup. Keep that back stable. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Pull the belly button into the spine. You got this, we're almost there. Stay with it, stay with it. Time. Take that rest. All right, we're in the back half of our last Tabata. We're going to the bird dog next. Starting in a tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're breathing. Go for it. Opposite hand, opposite knee, meet in the middle, extend, and down. Switch sides. You want to make sure there's as little movement as possible in the back as we switch. Nice work, nice work. Take this as fast or as slow as you need to. Here we go, here we go. Nice work, we're almost there. Only 30 seconds. And time, take that rest. Exercise number 6, we've got our plank walk on the hands or on the elbows. I think I'm gonna go on the hands this time. Either way, we're keeping our hips in line with the rest of our body. Going in 5. Hands underneath the shoulders or elbows, whichever you're using. Go for it. I'm taking that heel straight up. Doesn't have to go very far, just a little bit. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the belly button. Squeeze it between the shoulder blades. You got this, you got this. Finishing it out. Finding some stability. Finding some functionality. Getting stronger every day. Time. Whew, take that rest. Second to last exercise. Flip it over on your back for the psoas march. We're going in 10 seconds. We're going to start with our knees up over the hips. Then I want your toes pulled towards your knees. Flexing those feet. All right, go for it. Take one leg out, back in, and then switch. Remember, keep those toes pulled in. It's going to give you some added benefit to the muscles on the front of your shin. It's going to keep you from getting shin splints. Keep that lower back connected to the ground. Stick with it. I know it's hard. I know we're tired. We're almost there. Time. Take a rest here. We've got one more round to go. We've got a 3-step bicycle, and then we stretch. 30 seconds standing between us and stretching. Hands up to temples. Knees up. Let's go. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. We're trying to take the shoulder blades up off the ground. We're rotating through the upper back and pumping our legs out and back in. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, pause. Good work, good work. Awesome job, awesome job. Time. Relax here. I'm going to stop our timer. Awesome work. As you're laying on the ground, I want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And notice the expansion of your rib cage. Nice deep breaths. Feel it expand on the ground. Also getting a little bit of stretch in our intercostal muscles by doing this. All right, take one leg over to the side, a little spinal twist. You can use this arm here to help it out. And take the gaze to the opposite hand. Feeling the release in the lower back, a little bit in the upper back, maybe in the neck. All right, very slowly using your core, take those knees up and over to the other side. Switch the direction of your gaze. Feel the obliques release. We work those in the long arm, long leg abduction. Awesome work, awesome work. Whenever you're ready, rolling up into a seated position. We're gonna stretch out the hamstrings. We use those a lot today. Take one leg out, one leg in, and reach towards this toe. Try and straighten that knee out. Let the stretch go to the hamstrings. Switching the legs, pulling the other leg in towards the middle. Opposite leg extends out, reach towards that toe. Even if you can't get to the toe, if you're just getting to the shin, that's okay too. Keep the leg as straight as possible. Pulling it in for a butterfly stretch. You're gonna let those knees try and relax towards the ground. Back is nice and flat. We should be feeling a stretch in the psoas and the hip flexors here. All right, coming up to a standing position. Continuing to stretch the side body. We want to cross one leg in front of the other. Reach over the side of the body. Feel that stretch. And other side. Legs cross over. Reach. And returning back to the middle. Final stretch here. We got a little chest stretch. So take the hands, clasp them behind the back, and pull to release that chest. Whew. All right, and let the arms relax. Big arm circles, shaking them out, whatever feels comfortable. Neck roll forwards, backwards. Thank you so much for joining me today for Tabata. We worked on a lot of functionality today. We worked 2 different Tabatas, 4 Tabatas total. We hit all of the planes of motion. We hit all of the body parts, and we had a good time. So thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Petey. I'll see you next Thursday for Tabata at noon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.